Hello guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Zach and this is Matthews Motors. So today what I want to do is I just want to kind of walk through the garage and show you what we got going on here, some of the long-term, short-term projects that I've been working on, and I just thought maybe I'd share that with you guys. This is more of a update, I guess, for lack of a better word. So not a whole lot of wrenching and stuff going on here, but just kind of a little intro video. Basically what I like to do, kind of little hobby, is buy, sell, fix, and everything in between. I've got some personal projects where I'm doing some much more in-depth stuff, and also some more of a business type project where it's still kind of in-depth, but not nearly to the extent as my personal projects. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to be doing a video for each individual car, a little more in-depth, a little bit of a background story on each one, what I've done to it already, what the future plans are for it, and stuff like that. But first I'm going to start with the current flip car, which is a 2011 Ford Fusion SE. So basically this was a front-end collision car. Airbag was blown here, steering wheel airbag, as well as the seat belt was all locked up on it. But we have since got that repaired. And a bunch of little odds and end things, but for the most part the big stuff was the whole front clip. So we've replaced the fenders, we've replaced the headlights, the grille, the front bumper, and the hood. I like to try to use these kind of cars, and as well as my own project cars, to kind of learn how to do something, the best way to do it, what works for me. Just kind of do it yourself stuff. So as you can tell, this is my first ever paint job, or painting parts, I guess. It didn't turn out great, but it's close enough that it shouldn't be a big deal. It is a salvage title car after all. So yeah, it's not a big deal, it's close enough. But if you get real close in here, it's more of a finish issue. So my prep, I think, is where I kind of went wrong on this. But please leave a comment. Maybe I'm always open to ideas and stuff, so please help me out. I'm always looking to improve, and to be honest, the more I can do myself, the better off I am. So yeah. What else has been done on this? We got all new hubcaps. We had to get a new rim. We've had the airbag control module has been reset. There's only one. Basically, this car is just waiting on a couple little odds and end type things. It still needs, it's called the OCS module. It goes under the passenger seat. It needs to be recalibrated. I guess if you don't disconnect the battery and stuff in the right order, it will be, it's hard to see. It can throw the basically the occupant sensor for the passenger seat out, and you'll have to get that recalibrated. So that's on the list to do. And the only other thing left is the fender liner in here, which should be here today. So then we can take care of that, and this car will be pretty much ready to go. And then we'll be ready for the next flip car. The next car I want to talk about is one that's very, very near and dear to me. It's Actually, it was my first ever car that I had purchased with my own money. Back when I was 14. It's something my father and I have been working on for years. Never really got into it real in depth on my own until after college, moved away, and had a lot more time to really learn and get this project going, really. And it's what this project is it's a 1966 Ford Econoline pickup. I'm not going to get too in depth. We'll do its own little video here, and we'll give the whole background on it. But it was just a little bit of information. This truck is a 1 of 500 for the year in spec of it. Basically, it was a custom green, special ordered from a factory, from the factory, and it had all the things you really wanted in a work truck. It had the Ford 9-inch rear end. It's got the rare optioned corner windows, and some other little things as well. It had a padded dash and whatnot. So it's actually a 1 of 500, and I found it rotting away in a field in New York. That's originally where I'm from. So yeah, I'm using it as a learning experience, as well as at the end it'll be something that I really will never get rid of. This is the vehicle that my father and I spent a lot of time working on. Yeah. So there's a lot of work to do, but like I said, it's a learning curve. It's the vehicle that I learned to do a little metalworking. I learned to weld. I learned spot welds. And I'm still learning. I'm far from perfect, but I've come a long way, and I'll get a little more in depth on that, kind of showing what I've done so far, what the plan is, and what's really left. But that'll be seen in the video that is specific for the Econoline. Next on the list is my daily. It's the newest vehicle in the fleet. It's the workhorse. It's really the vehicle that I've always been working to get. It's like I said, it's the workhorse. It's a 2018 Nissan Titan XD. It does have the 5-liter Cummins diesel, and like I said, it's the workhorse. It gets the job done. It's my car hauler. It's my commuter to work. It is the Pro 4X package, so it does have the locking front and rear diff. It really is pretty good. So, not much to say about this. Like I said, I'll go more in depth on what the plan is for this vehicle, but for right now it's stock, and it will remain so until the warranty has expired on it. I don't have a whole lot of plans for it as of yet, but things will be coming eventually, because this will not be going anywhere. It is perfect for what I use it for. Like I said, it's got the diesel, so it's plenty of tow rating, and it gets pretty decent mileage. I get right around 19, 20 with it most of the time. Yeah. So the third car in the fleet is one that I picked up in a field. Well, it was from an older lady. She used it as a kind of a work truck. She did a lawn care type business. But when I picked it up, it was on blocks. It does have a pretty interesting story behind it, and how it got there. But What it is a 1976 Datsun 620. So when I picked this up, it was on blocks, hadn't run in years. Didn't look anything like it does now. Solid, super solid. The only rust on this truck is surface rust. It has been cared for tremendously. This is one that I have big plans for. Ultimately, I'd like to get this to a condition where I could take it autocrossing. I think that would be a lot of fun, but we got a lot of work to do. Really, the biggest thing is the power plant. This thing is not fast by any means. It can't even get out of its own way. But we'll get more in depth on that in this truck's video later on. What we want to do with it, what we have done with it, what the plan for it is, what it still needs to be a good daily until we can really get what we need to make it an autocross vehicle. Just a little bit of information on what has been done. I've basically gone through the whole engine bay, the whole fuel system, the whole brake system is new. Obviously not the original wheels and tires, although I have them. This truck had basically still everything right down to the factory blue jack that went behind the seat. This is a really nice all original piece. In case you guys hadn't noticed, I am a big JDM guy. I am a Nissan guy, but I'm not only a Nissan guy. I like anything and everything. I'm a car guy at heart, but my real love is obviously with the Nissans, with the Japanese cars. Anything and everything Japanese is really will catch my attention, but it's not only that. So don't expect to just see JDM things on the channel, because I don't stop there. It's a car channel, so this one will be here for a long time. I don't see this going anywhere, but in a video very soon we will be pulling this out, get it cleaned out. We need to get this thing driving. It's been sitting back here for a little while. So yeah. And lastly on the list is the parts car. It's a 2010 Ford Fusion. She's been through a lot. She's a real high mileage car. Took a pretty nasty lick on the driver's side. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's basically ripped the two doors off. It doesn't seal at the top. So yeah, it took a pretty nasty lick, but it's been a really good parts car for me. So I'm not sure I'm completely done with it yet. It's still got some good parts here that we could see. So chances are there'll be another black Ford Fusion here in the future, just so we can get all the money out of the parts car that we can before we scrap it out. Not really a whole lot to say about this car. It's just kind of here as a parts car. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it around or if I'm gonna strip it out and keep all the parts that I can get a little money back on. But we'll see. I've actually already done, as you can see in the other car in the garage, I've already swapped everything over from this car. This was actually the radiator support out of it, the giant hole in it, as well as this screw location had been ripped out. That's basically a cross member support bracket for the hood latch. So yeah, it's got a lot of good parts, but it's also a really high mileage car. So, and unfortunately the owner was a smoker, so it's not great, but it's still got some good pieces, and we're gonna try to get as much money out of it as we can, like I said before. And just a little bit extra, see, this is the knuckle that came out of the other car, and I don't know if you can tell, but it is significantly closer to the tire than the other one. So I don't know, we'll see. I haven't decided yet, like I said, if I'm going to strip it or if I'm just going to hold on to it until the time comes to use the rest of the parts and then get rid of it. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how quickly I can pick up another car. Yeah. And last but not least, it's not a car, but it's equally as important to the channel, is my 17-foot trailer. It's really, this car on top is the only action it's ever seen. I picked it up about a month ago. Awesome little car trailer. Can't wait to get using it. Although it does need a little bit of, I won't say work, but improvement. There's just one thing that I noticed, is this little cheap plastic bracket here is broken, so we may make a new bracket for those lights out of some metal. So other than that, this thing is ready to go, ready to start doing work with the Titan, and I'm ready to start using it, put it to use, get our money's worth out of it. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys like what we're going to be doing here. If you do, please like the video, subscribe, and share it please, and I will catch you in the next one.